Welcome to video tutorial of Posibult Solutions, the most powerful enterprise resource planning software for small or medium businesses. In this video we will discuss about the purchase activity in Posibult. We will look into how a new vendor contact is added, how a received goods is entered into the system and their payment settled, how goods are returned to the supplier and their corresponding reports. Vendors are suppliers who supply the system with products, so that the system does not run out of stock. Go to Administration, then to Vendors. This section allows you to view, create, and manage vendors. Click on Search to view all existing vendors. If a new vendor starts supplying products to the system, you should create a vendor. Click on the Create New icon. Fill in the mandatory fields like name of the vendor, organization, business partners and price lists for the vendor. Posibult helps in creating payment terms like 1 month or 6 months, the delay in which the vendor can pay back. It should be created beforehand from Payment Terms in Administration menu. Invoice rule defines when the invoice is created for vendors. We can set a rule for the vendor as to how the invoice is generated. Delivery rule defines how the goods are delivered by the vendor. Posibult allows to set the payment mode for the vendor. By default we use card mode. Set currency for the vendor. Make sure that is active checkbox is selected. Add the address, contact details, email address of the vendor. Click on Save. In the next screen all details entered should be displayed. From there you can edit the details, or create one using the respective buttons. Let us see how purchase order is created while receiving goods. Go to Purchase module. Select Receive Goods. This is the screen where you enter the receiving goods details. Say for instance, you are receiving goods from the supplier without any purchase order. This can be entered in Posibult from the Receive Goods screen. Enter the vendor name from whom you have purchased the goods. Select the checkbox, Create New PO. Choose the date of accounting, the date when the goods reached your place. Add the products to the cart, either by scanning the barcode or searching the name and description. Enter the quantities of the items in the order. To create an invoice for the order, select the check box Generate Invoice. We can see that new text field has been displayed. This is the grand total field. This is to cross-check the total amount in the cart and the amount in the invoice bill. If there is any change in prices, you can avoid the hassle of editing them from the Product Administration screen. Click on Edit Price, make the necessary changes and click on Apply. Quick Discount. If any discount has been given by the supplier, we can add them in the Quick Discount pop-up window. Suppliers give out free items for the products we purchase. These items can be entered by clicking on Free Items button. Any papers or bills can be attached to Receive Goods order. If there are many products, you can import the products to the cart rather than entering them one by one. Now that we have all the products in the cart, let us do the checkout and complete this order. You will get a order details display windows. Click on OK. Now we have successfully completed Receive Goods with purchase order. All the Receive Goods done are displayed in the View Receive Goods report. In the View Received Goods report, as the name suggests, you can view all the received notes made in a tabular form displaying the document number, status, date created, vendor, payment by, grand total. You can use the filter for viewing invoiced orders, or by organizations, product, vendor. Click on the document number and you are forwarded to the Received Goods Details page. Invoice number will take to the vendor invoice page. There are items that are returned to the supplier by the organization in case of due expiry date, or bad quality or any other reason. When such a transaction is made, the stock will be adjusted accordingly. From the purchase menu, select Goods Returned Note. On the right-hand side you can see the fields reference invoice number. Enter the invoice number of the order you wish to return, and press Enter key. The vendor details in the order will be displayed. Now enter the products in the cart and the quantities to be returned. This page is very similar to the Receive Goods page. Click on Checkout to complete the order. Goods Returned Note history is also same as the Received Goods Note. You can use the filters to narrow down the search to the order you are looking for. Click on the document number and you are forwarded to the Goods Details page. Click on the vendor name will direct you to the vendor details page. Click on Create Invoice will helps to generate invoice directly from here. Enter the details like reference invoice number and amount. Click on Complete to generate invoice. We will now check how an invoice is settled. From the accounting menu, select Payment Receipt Voucher. Enter the vendor name to whom the payment is being made. In the document type, select Account Payable Payment. This will only search for vendors in the Payment field. Once the vendor is selected, the invoice drop-down will list all the invoices generated for the vendor. Select the payment type, like cash or card. On the right-hand side panel you can see the vendor info, with purchase details and invoice details. The amount due by the vendor is also displayed. Type in the amount in the payment amount field. Click on Complete. Thank you for watching this video.